I went from having social anxiety and performance anxiety to someone who has friends from multiple countries, build deep connections, being very social, and getting results like this from my previous presentation. So this is how all of this can happen. And this is what I've learned from building self-belief. The first realizations I had is that self-belief can only happen from repeated wins. That's the beauty of the mind in reality. It amplifies one another. So if you have a strong belief, it will translate to your action. Or if you have a strong action, it will translate to a belief. So ultimately, you have choice to kind of approach this building self belief. You can blindly do something, do actions, and that repeated wins, that win give you a belief. Or you can first believe so hard that it will bleed into your action. But the building belief that you want is actually something that is concrete. And that's one thing that is pretty tricky about belief is that it's quite fragile. So once you don't translate your belief into an action, it will slowly vanish away. And that is why you have to have a strong belief. If you want to use the approach of belief to action, you have to do it quite quickly. You cannot just believe for quite some time because it will dilute into nothing. It will vanish into nothingness. That's the whole idea of momentum. This is one thing that I learned from Andrew Tate or Tristan Tate, one of them, about how the whole concept of spiraling down. Yeah, that's the whole thing of the whole concept about spiraling up to. It's the opposite of spiraling down. And how does that happen is from this. You can use the same concept of spiraling up with belief, with building self-belief. So from action leads to belief. The repeated wins make you believe that you can do it. You are someone that is capable of doing it, and that just translate and you will spiral up. And the second realizations that I had is imposter syndrome is basically a lie. Let me explain. It is a lie because if you actually put in the work, if you actually do the things, you will not feel the imposter syndrome. At that point, if you actually practice like 200 times for a presentation and you succeed, at that point, it is an anticipated win instead of an unexpected win. So by that logic, people that have imposter syndrome, they don't actually believe that they put the work in. So to get rid of imposter syndrome, simple. Just do the hard work. Just do the action. Just keep doing something. Translate it to reality. And this, the whole idea behind hard work. It's not. Yes, you will build the muscle memory. That's one of the things that you gain from hard working. From hard work, you put in the practice. You put in the action. You do the habits. Yes, that will build mind and muscle memory. But yeah, mind and muscle. So what does it help for the mind? Is that it's building belief. That's why people that have actually done the work, they are more arrogant in a way. They are more confident. They are more calm. They don't need to. They are not anxious because they know that they are someone. They know that they have done something. And this is the self belief that only comes with experience. Only comes with realization. So, how do you build self belief? The truth is basically just that too, I would say. But the how is the pretty tricky one because if you don't build it in the right way, it can take a really long time and you will learn a lot of lessons that you wish you learned earlier. So if you're watching this video, I assume that you are someone who has not built a pretty good life. You're still someone with to translate into a game analogy, you're still someone with basic stats. So realize that human to the core, our human value is only separated into three things. It is health, relationship, and wealth. So the first thing you can do is to pick one of these things that you want to put in the work. And the thing that I mentioned earlier, it is in chronological order too. So health is number one, then relationship is number two, and then wealth is the third. Wealth includes like financial wealth and all that stuff. People also say that wealth and health is also like wealth is part of health, but whatever. Cut that part out. It's fucking bullshit. But yeah. So you can first pick one of the actions or one of the things that you want to build on. I will suggest from health. So health, do some sports. Do hit the gym, lift some weights. All of these stuff. There's a reason why some of the most successful athletes out there, they are someone who is very confident and someone who has a big self belief because, yeah, like what I've been saying, they put in the work, and it's because they are building on one of the core value to is like health and wealth at the same time. So you pick one of these area and you slowly do some small wins. The wins can vary between people to people, but something related to good habit that you see about this like topic is a good start. For example, let's go back to health. People normally would suggest going to the gym, build a good aesthetic body, build muscular body, and yeah, that is one of the example of mine too. That helps with my self belief too, because when you have a healthy body, when you have a good looking body, it's hard for you to still don't have a belief, especially if you work hard for it. You know that it is achieved. You know that this is gain, not given. And these are all the stuff that it takes to have self belief. This is one thing about self belief. It's not given, it is gain. You have to work for it to get it, to actually can feel the effect. You cannot fake it till you make it. You have to work it till you make it. So that's pretty much it from this video. It's quite different from what I've been posting, which is about presentation and all that stuff. But this is the mindset that it takes to do well in presentation too. And if you watch all the way to the end and you kind of like how I explain things and how I teach, there's a program down below that you can check out. You can get connected with me and you can learn how to give good presentation and understand that presentation is part of life. It's part of selling yourself. And that's where most people, in my opinion, get it wrong. A mere school project is actually a reflection of how you build impression on your for your peers and how you will use that skill to sell yourself in the future. Like what I'm doing right now to building a personal brand. So that's it from this video. If you watch till the end, thank you. And keep questioning. Enjoy the process. Peace.